Bob Dylan has been and will continue to be praised long after he's gone. Consequently, musicians and fans have created unique superlatives just for Dylan and Dylan only. Arguably, some of the most unique compliments Dylan and his writing have received were from none other than Bono of U2, who has placed Dylan's work in a biblical light on several different occasions. Dylan is, of course, worthy of praise, but Bono takes that notion to a whole new level with his ambitious comparisons. People have painted Dylan in a biblical light before, though most notably in a negative light, as fans and critics referred to him as Judas for a brief period of time following his iconic set at the Newport Folk Festival in 1965. Bono's religious comparisons hold no negative connotations. Rather, they place Dylan's work in conversation with the Bible. Specifically, Bono compares the quality and nuance of Dylan's "Blowin' in the Wind" and "Every Grain of Sand" to Scripture. Dylan's career, life, and work have always infatuated Bono. That being said, in 2020, when Bono wrote 60 letters to various artists to mark his 60th birthday, he wrote a letter to Bob Dylan. Bono's letter to Dylan was, of course, complimentary to the highest degree. However, he further bolsters his affinity for Dylan when briefly analyzing "Blowin' in the Wind." In the Scriptures, the Apostle John has his view on "blowin' in the wind," Bono wrote in his letter. John 3:8. "The wind blows wherever it pleases. You hear its sound, but you cannot tell where it comes from or where it is going. So it is with everyone born of the Spirit." It is unclear if Dylan was directly influenced by John 3:8, though regardless, in his letter, Bono is putting the metaphysical themes behind Bob Dylan's lyrics in the same conversation as the sacred biblical scripture of John 3:8. In addition to praising "Blowin' in the Wind," he has also put Dylan's 1981 single, "Every Grain of Sand," on a biblical pedestal as well. In the Rolling Stone article, 10 Greatest Bob Dylan Songs, Bono stated that it's like one of the great Psalms of David. Dylan stops wailing against the world, turns on himself, and is brought to his knees, added Bono. Needless to say, it is fair to assume that Bono views Dylan's work as incredibly sacred. These are ambitious comparisons. Though Bono does certainly have a thread of an argument regarding his biblical perception of Dylan's work, an argument that a lot of people would likely concur with.